All right, I heard it. I said, okay, perfect.
This reading is for Jane. It is January 28th, 2024. All right. All right. So to start off with, now what I have set up for myself is that if someone's coming in on my right side, it's mother's side. If someone comes in on my left side, it's father's side. If someone comes in and they're standing right behind me, that is someone who is assisting me, guide, helper, whatever you want to call, angel, whatever you want to call it. All right, this is starting off, Jane, with, hang on a second, let me go close the door. The dog is like whining. All right, this is right off the bat. This is starting off with someone coming in, not from either side, not from mother's side, not from father's side, not from straight on, which would be one of your guides, but it's coming off straight out into like the universe. So I think we're starting off right away with ET information. All right, you're open for that?
Oh, yes, that is a big part of my life.
This is, ooh, I'm getting goosebumps with this. This is This is an ET father energy for you. He's also as a guide and someone that has been with you your entire life. Now, most of the we go through guides all through our lives. Every once in a while, someone will have a guide that is for their lifetime. Not everyone has that. Guides come and go, and we have guides that we need at that moment in our life. So this is a person that has been with you your entire life. He definitely is a father energy, father influence is what he's telling me. And one to give fatherly advice. So that is his structure. That's how he's putting it. That is his structure. But he is playing the role for you as a guide in this lifetime. You may or may not have connected with him with this energy. You definitely connect in your dream state. He's saying on a lot of things, you are right on the mark. On a lot of things, he said you have a tendency to kind of spiral off and use your imagination. And he's saying he wants you to pull in, not diminish or to make smaller your imagination, but bring it in to fit your circumstances of what you are actually feeling, seeing, and whatever you're getting. He's saying that you are definitely connected with your, I'm going to put it this way because everyone will understand it, is that you're very connected with your ET family. Now, I'm going to put it this way, as far as splitting or dividing your true essence, your true soul and awareness, he's saying that that is possible and that many people do that, where we could have three people in this world, actual physical human beings who are a part of your greater essence of your soul. Most people are not aware, and this is coming from me. I'm advising people, don't go spinning off and thinking, they're going to be my twin flame, they're going to be this, they're going to be that. You may never know them. You may never come across them in your lifetime. They are there. So don't make a big deal out of it. So he's saying the splitting off or the division that you think is going on is partially true. It's partially true. For the most part, that your true essence is so evolved that you don't need to put it into any kind of category of what you have done to be here on the earth. You just need to accept who you are and what you're doing here and the good that you're doing for people and being a spokesperson and having everything. It's like all of the ingredients of baking a cake, that you have all the ingredients of being a guide for people in this physical world. That is also to include that you were on your own evolvement track. And I try and stay away from the word learning. We do learn, but we're not here on earth to learn lessons. We are here to experience. And the only way that we evolve is through experience. So you are a light and you have all the ingredients that it makes. So you are on your own learning curve. And right now, things seem to be shaking up for you and things seem to be confusing. And you are evaluating different information, sources of information that you receive. And you are picking the most authentic and real information that you can pass on to people. This is where you are right now. You feel like you're in a juncture, that you're at a juncture, you're at a crossroad, and you don't know what is up and what is down. Does this make sense to you?
Yeah.
So this is normal. This is natural. This is part of everyone's growing process to reach these crossroads. And do I go left or do I go right? Do I go forward? Do I go back a few steps? What the hell is going on here? He's saying this is normal for you. You are breaking out of an old identity and you are creating a new identity. I'm getting goosebumps all over. You are creating a new identity for yourself. You are, in a sense, and I don't want this to be misunderstood, you are, in a sense, upgrading yourself. This is, I'm sorry?
I was going to say, is that the excessive ear ringing and all of the other pressures and energy fluctuations, or does that have to do with it too?
Oh, okay. All right. So I'm not a fan of what the ear ringing means. I don't pay any attention to it. I personally would advise people not to pay attention to it. It doesn't mean anything.
It's just very loud lately.
I have tinnitus or whatever you call it, tinnitus or whatever you
tinnitus. Yeah, you're right. You got it.
To pronounce it. I've had that for years. If you'll notice in your dream state, and this is me, if you notice in your dream state that doesn't exist, it doesn't exist. It has to do with, people want to, I just don't want to go into it.
I know, I get it. People also want to give a physical explanation for a lot of other things.
It's just one of the bad things right now. It's not. Right. You feel, and I'm going to give this advice to everyone. You feel from the inside. You're not going to be getting information like, the ringing in my ears and this and that. And I'm getting downloaded information. Everything comes from within. Everything. Everything that comes within creates your reality from in the out.
Right. It's also what we focus on. So like my mother, when I was golfing and I said, are your ears ringing? And she said, no. She got home and said, now that I'm sitting at home and I noticed it. And again, it's very much, if we feel like we have an ache or a pain, we feed into it as opposed to our body just kind of got it. So don't feed into it.
Yeah. That's not where the true truth lies.
Right. We're the creators, so we can create.
Right. That's right.
Anything.
There's nothing on the outside that's
coming in.
Happen to you.
Right. We're doing it to ourselves.
Yes.
In a sense,
downloading information, you're downloading information to yourself.
Yeah, totally.
If you communicate, now I don't want to get too far off and lose my this man. No. But when you develop yourself, your intuition and everything else, where you're getting information from energy sources, other beings, you will feel it. And people have to learn to get out of their way. They have to get out of their own way. They have to get out of their own head and just quietly listen to what's happening and just focus on that. So let me get back to this gentleman. So this is the one person. I don't know if you have connected with this energy through meditation or anything else. You do have ET children, all right? What we would call, hybrid children.
Yeah, I actually got that information from somewhere within inside me, or created it in my mind, and went and asked about it and confirmed. I said, I know they took my eggs, and the chandler said, how do you know? And I said, I know I have hybrid children and I'm ready to confirm it. I can accept it. And it was, yes, I have 3. So even when I heard that, I was shocked because it was new to me. But now that I understand the workings of what's been going on, this whole grand experiment on Earth. So yes, you're 100. You're spot on.
Yes.
Spot on.
What I'm getting is that the oldest one is male energy. There's one that's not far in line, not that much younger than he is. And then there's a smaller one from what I'm being able to see about it. Now, I also want to mention that when eggs are taken, somebody does not have to be taken aboard. They can do it energetically.
That's how I felt like mine was done. So that makes sense. That resonates completely.
You were here on a mission. That's the best way I can put it. Excuse me, that's the chair. It's not me. You are here on a mission, and it's more of a purpose than it is a mission. You have had to do a lot of things in your life to get to this point of understanding what your purpose is. You're multi-talented, and that you have a lot of branches of your talents, like the authorship and working with children and being a mother, being a wife, working, doing what you do for other people on social media, how you help people. This is what your true purpose is,
Helping.
because you deep down are a lot of emotion coming through with this one. You are a very gentle person, and that's what this world needs more of. People being gentle. That just brings tears to my eyes. He's saying that your excitability is high, and it's like nothing comes as a surprise to you, but you tend to get excited about a lot of different things. And so he's saying that the excitability needs to be put in proper context also. Does that make sense for you?
Mhm.
Okay. That there are so many things that catch your interest, and there's so many things that you want to check out, that he's advising that to take like 1 to 3 things at a time and do whatever investigating you need to do for those 1 to 3 things and focus on that and then move on. He's also saying that besides being a really great mother, that your children are to be teachers for you also. All right, here go the waterworks. It's the goosebumps and the tears that always
I definitely am getting the goosebumps.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially your youngest one, and that the agreements that you, your husband, and your 2 children have made before any of you were born. Now, this is not the first time that you've been a family unit. You have changed and exchanged roles for each other for thousands of years. You go back to there, he's giving me, you have a lot of ancient Egypt.
Egypt. I was saying ancient Egypt, and I didn't wanted to say it before you say it, just to confirm. Sorry, but that's nothing I really talk about. That's what's so funny. Like, and yet that's the
Yes.
Mhm.
So it is now, you were in ancient Egypt, because I'm getting Mesopotamia.
You got Mesopotamia, ancient Sumeria, no, Mesopotamia.
Yeah, the Sumerians. So it's like I'm getting both. So I believe that you've had 2 lives very close together, one in ancient Egypt and one as a Sumerian. Okay. And they were pretty much neighbors, really, when they first started out. So what I'm getting in ancient Egypt is that you were a highly regarded person who prepared bodies for their burial. I see you with this, it's not a headdress, but it's like a beaded thing that goes around your head, and with stones, stones that were used. There were 3 stones that were used that came down on your forehead, and you were, as you are now, you were extremely beautiful. You had long black hair. You were not exactly petite in stature, but I would say, if I were to guess, like 5'7", maybe something like that. And you were highly regarded because of how you prepared their bodies for
Are you
burial.
sure it was burial and it wasn't maybe bathing or clean or doing something to heal?
You did that through what you were doing.
What I was doing.
This was
Okay.
your main purpose.
Okay. Because I definitely got the same thing that I'd only told one other person privately, that I think I worked as some sort of priestess for like wounded warriors and people who came back, and to almost do like a healing and a trauma,
that
like
could-
cleansing.
Right. That could very well be part of what your duties were, but
Yeah,
I'm like getting laser
totally.
focused in this, because what you did, and I know what they did, is that when they wrapped the body, they would put stones, crystals, and stones on certain parts of their body in different layers of how they wrap them. And that was your forte. You used your energy to figure out what stones, what crystals to put where on this body. And one of the things that made you so special was that you had so much reverence for that individual, and so much care and compassion. Oh, this is starting the waterworks again. That you had so much compassion and that you truly cared because of your belief system in the afterlife. You made sure you took care to for the person in front of you. And that's what set you apart at the time. You were so, not just for pharaohs and other people that were high in stature. You did it for regular people, for the common people. And this was acceptable. You were also, along with this, you were very much in touch and in communication with extraterrestrials who gave you a great bit of information. This also set you apart. You were also the kind of person that didn't broadcast what you were doing. You kept this quiet and you kept it principled, all right? Very principled.
That makes sense.
That was your first physical life, was ancient Egypt. That is what you have brought into this lifetime. You have brought a lot of energy from that lifetime into this lifetime.
I'm wearing a
he's saying that you're
cat jacket.
I'm sorry.
So the Sphinx comes to mind as I'm wearing like cat energy, Illyrian energy.
You told me something, and when you talked, it just like, so I'm trying to remember what he told me. Oh, he's what he said to me was that in this lifetime you remain the healer, but you heal in many different ways. You heal by being who you are and what you do for people. That is how you heal. That is what your forte in this lifetime is. I don't know if you do any energy work or, on other people or anything like that.
No, I just talk to people and try to give them, connect them to other people and groups that they can relate to. And so they have a community. They're not alone, and answer any questions I can from what I've learned.
You heal with words. And he's saying that's just as powerful as people who genuinely and authentically work with energy. And I emphasize that because he's emphasizing that. And he's saying it's all about being authentic. And I know you've heard the term, and I talk about it in my book. You have to be born into something to be truly authentic, and you need to work from a place of integrity and truth. And so that's what you are. I can say that I've never met anyone more genuine, living in truth as you.
Wow. Thank
You're
you.
one of the top 5 people that I know.
Oh, so are you. I mean, from your research and your books. What's the name of your new book that's coming out? Because I'm so excited.
Living Beyond Death. And then it has a long tagline. It should be ready within a month.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. To keep me posted on everything, please.
I know I'm like, it's become.
Maybe do a Zoom interview or something about it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just doing like a final proofread. So should be getting it up to, no, I'm not going to say should be. I will be getting it up to the copyright office this week.
Or from within, you will. You got this.
Yeah, it's all very real right now.
Perfect timing. Timing is everything. So it's going to do.
Thank you. I'm very excited about it.
Your message is going to be needed for a lot of people right now, especially,
I hope so. It's not really new news.
People are new. People are new to finally receiving a lot of this information.
Right. And I try to steer people in the right direction, or what is right for them and what is true, and to stick with authenticity and integrity and truth to develop, because you can do so much in your dream state. You can go into different dimensions, have dreams about being in different dimensions. The souls of animals. I have true stories of people that have connected with loved ones after they've passed. So it's
none of my animals are coming through, right?
All right. Well, let me.
Yeah, I'll let you.
I don't want to lose this guy. So
yeah, let's not lose him.
Let me keep going with him. Excuse my chair.
You're fine. I can hear it.
All right. I don't know what this means to you, if it means anything to you, but he's saying to pay more attention to the movement of, get this right. You don't need to be that concerned about the moon and the sun, but to be more concerned with the rotations and the movement of the planets. It's not the sun for you specifically. The moon and the sun has really little influence on you. It's more of the movement of the planets.
So like the alignment, especially in the movement. Okay. The retrogrades and.
Right. More of astrology.
Astrology.
there is firm basis for astrology. So the key here with astrology is to find someone who is very intuitive about it and very seasoned, which I could later give you the name of someone.
Thank you. And you're also spot on, because I just recently started to really look into these different alignments. And I know like we're out of planets or non-retrograde till April 1st. And we were, just before we had Pluto, the planet of destruction, was, jumping out of Aquarius and out of Capricorn into Aquarius. And I'm just following this. All of a sudden, I'm gaining so much more interest. So the fact that this came up is great validation that I should probably get your contact and start getting more into my astrological chart and stuff.
She has basic classes. She also has retreats once a year, I believe.
Great, cool.
But she's fantastic, and she is spot on, and she does more than just read a chart.
Yeah.
She does so much more than read a chart. She is getting information from somewhere. She is
by the stars, the planets.
She is a medium kind of. I'm going to say she's a medium in her own right, but she is following this path of being an astrologer. She told me I waited 30 years to find a good astrologer. I was not going to go with someone that I didn't feel comfortable with and that I didn't get good references from other people that have used her. So I waited 30 years for her to come my way. And she was spot on with reading my chart. And she gave me information that, how are you getting that from my chart?
Did she tell you, did you go over a life path number or anything, or no?
No.
Okay. It was more of just like where the planets, where your house is and all of that.
Yeah.
That's great. I can't wait to learn.
Fantastic.
Cool.
All right. So your energy here, he's very patient with me.
Tell him thank you.
Yeah, he's very patient with me.
Thank you.
So he also wants you to look not only with the movements of these planets. I don't know how to interpret this. He's calling your ET life. You are, if you were to be in touch with your true essence right now, you would, and this is true for most people, you would see yourself, you would feel yourself as being ancient, with no beginning, no end, that you always were and you always will be. He is treading into a territory that's way out of what I have ever given anyone before. But you also, before your first live in ancient Egypt, you of a group, I don't know, I'm getting the Pleiades and Orion. You've been told the same thing? Okay.
Pleiades, Orion, and Sirius.
Okay. All right, Sirius. And that's going to be Sirius B.
That's what I was told, exactly.
You were told that also?
And that makes sense with the healing in the Egyptian timeline, because
now he's also telling me that you were part of the group that gave information to the Dogon tribe.
Cool. I love that. I love that. That's one of the first things I studied was Dogon tribe and the Sirius.
Okay. All right, cool. So there was people, several shamans, I'm going to call them that, several shamans, medicine people, that you and others who were concentrated on the Dogon tribe were giving them information. And again, I totally want to stay away from downloading, the word download. This was direct communication.
Right. Like teaching about, natural medicines.
Yes.
And how to communicate more with the stars and how to do maybe even musical and tobacco. And a lot of different uses that they didn't know about. And also the map of the stars of where everything truly was that they didn't know yet.
Right. You were part of the group before your first incarnation here in this reality.
Right.
That's what you were doing. You have always had a sense of giving, always a sense of lifting people up, always a sense of helping people learn. This is who you are. This is part of your true essence. This is the core of you. All right. Just as fast as he came in, he left. And that's what they do. They come in and they leave with not a hello, goodbye, or anything. They're just here, and then all of a sudden they just stop. And he just stopped. So I'll ask if there's any of your pets that want to come through. Okay, all right. Is this going to be one of, that's what your pets, isn't that what you named Casey and Bella? Okay. So which was the smaller dog?
Bella.
Bella. What I'm being told is that her personality was more of I don't want to say clingy or needy, but one that was so emotionally attached to you that she needed to be near you.
Yeah.
That sound familiar?
Yeah. She always had to be like literally on you, near you. And she had attachment anxieties whenever wanted to leave her.
Right.
She would like lose her hair, would come out from stress of not being around us. So we tried never to leave her.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That's where the feeling of neediness and close came from. She was with you in Egypt, but she was
a cat.
not getting a fix on what she was in Egypt. I'm not getting a fix on that, but she was with you. She's been with you for many lives, at least very strong lives, 5 important lives. That's what I'm being shown. It doesn't mean that she wasn't with you. I mean, we could have a pet that's incarnated and come back to us 2 or 3 times in our one lifetime.
Yeah, totally.
Their lifetimes are so short. But there were 5 important lifetimes for you where she was with you. And she's always been like a comfort kind of dog, comfort and healing. And that was her thing, was healing through just by being who she was and being, comforting you, which is why now in this lifetime, maybe you were a comfort to her. I don't know. I'm speculating.
No, you're spot on. She was a comfort to Casey too, because that's why Casey was so lonely after she and her sibling, because they were raised together. So I actually got Bella to comfort Casey. And that's why they became Casey and Bella's, because Casey came back to life from, being sad and anxious, because she was an anxious Jack Russell. It's 100% spot on. She was a comfort to me as well, because I didn't have to worry about Casey. And probably to children, they were very comforting, I would imagine too.
She's the only one coming through. Did you ever have a rabbit in your lifetime?
No, Casey was just a Jack Russell, but not a rabbit. She was white, but oh, it's funny. My son always asks for a rabbit, and I'm like, not right now.
Well,
probably gonna have to get one, because we looked at floppy, loppy rabbits for a while, and now you mentioned rabbit. I won't tell him you said that though, because he'll be like, "See, we're supposed to get a rabbit." They're called loppy-eared rabbits, so their ears hang down. And they look like little stuffed animals. They're so cute.
This is a white rabbit as I'm seeing it, and the ears I'm not seeing the ears, but they're not like stand up. They're just getting more of a like up against the fur.
Gotcha.
So this, who's asking for the rabbit?
Yeah.
Which son is this?
The older one, the one who's 7. Yeah. Gosh, how old is he?
Is he 7?
He's 7. Yeah.
All right. This is a very independent soul. He knows what he wants, and he will do whatever it takes to get what he wants. Does this make sense?
Yes. Very, very strong, very super personality in a good way.
This is going to be a plus for him as he becomes an adult. I'm not showing what he's going to be doing as an adult, like career-wise or anything like that, but he's going to need that strength. He's going to need that independence, and he's going to need to know when he can stand up for himself and when he can stand up for other people.
He's very good at that. He gets awards at school all the time.
He's, you can tell me in a minute. He's not one to mince words. He will say what's on his mind and what's on his tongue and what's on his, like wearing his heart on his sleeve, but he has the power to back it up. And he's going to need this because he is going to be, an activist in whatever he does. And he will be standing up for people, and he will be standing up for the rights of people, whether he does this quietly or whether he does it in a big splash. This is who he is. Your guidance, what I'm getting, wait a second. This is a grandmother coming in, grandmother energy. She's coming in on my right side. I don't know. Did your husband know your grandmother on your mother's side?
No, he only knew of the other side, but not but we were very close to my mother's mother. my grandmother.
She likes him very much. He is a good and compassionate person. He loves you so much. I just like, you go the waterworks again.
What's up with me?
He just adores you. And he
Aw.
looks up to you too.
I look up to him. He's so calm and chill. And I'm always constantly like, why is this going on? Let's find out about this. I'm
You
seeking.
balance each other. You're good for each
Right, right.
Oh, so grandmother. Okay, older son. You're really not going to have to worry about him, your older son. He's right now, he's in the process of changing his identity. It's going to be now between 7 and 11. He's going to be trying on a lot of different identities. He inside soul wise, he knows what he's doing. So you're going to have to trust that and kind of give him as much free rein into exploring who he is that he needs, as much as you can do. All right. He's also a person that he doesn't really want help in doing things. It's like, I can do this.
Yeah.
I can do this on my own. So you're going to be getting a lot of that between 7 and 11.
I can see it already with him, attitude one day, he's like a teenager. The next day he's into, sports, and he's not like, he's just constantly shifting and changing. So keeps us on our toes.
Yeah. Yeah. You're gonna have a ride, that's for sure. So she's saying she's saying he's so intelligent and he has inner intelligence. And so she's saying that, but she wants you to remember at times that he has this inner intelligence and to trust that. Now, your husband's father, is he still in the living or is he passed? I can't really tell.
He's still, his father alive. Grandfather's passed.
Let me see if it's consciousness of father. All right. Now, this is the consciousness of his father.
Okay.
Now, I'd like to explain that when I connect with the consciousness of a living person, it's not my doing. I don't ask for it. It just happens because that individual on a soul level wants to connect. So you can never summon someone, either, someone's consciousness or deceased person. You can never summon anyone, but they will connect on their terms.
Right.
So the medium, in my opinion, this is my personal opinion, and this is just the way that I work, is that with deceased people, I invite them to come in. I provide an invitation. I don't try to pull them in or anything like that. I provide an invitation. Now, with connecting with the consciousness of other people that are in comas, things like that, it's on their terms. They connect with me. So what I'm getting from the consciousness of your husband's father is that I don't know if his father has a hard time with his emotions and communicating, but he wants your husband to know how proud he is and that what a good man he is, and that he needs to trust in that belief that he is a good.
Definitely.
There was someone in his life, and I'm not being shown who, there was someone in his life, whether it be family, teachers, a boss, somebody, somewhere along the line gave him the message that he wasn't good enough. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It's like a programmed thing that.
So his dad is affirming that he is an extraordinary human being, that he is compassionate and he is kind, and that he is a very good man.
That's beautiful. I love that.
That's all I'm getting.
That was beautiful.
That's all I'm getting. Everybody has stepped back.
And that was great. Yeah. It's a lot of people. There was a lot of energies. Yeah. Different energies too. Got animal energies, got father consciousness. And I mean, there's so much in my ET father lifetime guide. I mean, that's amazing. All spot on. This is so cool. So exciting. Feel so at peace.
Oh, good. Awesome. Yeah. That was the first thing that came through, was the ET stuff.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense why I couldn't let it go for so long, that I had to constantly, until I could get as much information as possible. And then the Dogon tribe and all of that was spot on. And ancient Egypt was spot on. I mean, it was just awesome. And now I can't wait for your book.
So excited.
So excited. And again, just so I don't forget, you'll send it to me.
Yeah.
Life beyond death.
Living beyond death.
Living beyond death.
Living beyond death.
Living beyond death.
You've seen the video that Tom put together for me,
I
right?
think I did a little while ago. I'm going to go back on and look.
Yeah.
So
It's on my
can I-
website, you
on
know.
our website too. Can I send it out? Oh,
Absolutely.
thank you so much. This was so beautiful. And when you edit it and break it up into whatever sound bites, clips, whatever you want to do.
I don't know how to do any of that. I was just going to send it all to you.
Oh, I'll do it. Yeah, yeah. As long as Tom's okay with that, because I know,
Oh, yeah.
sometimes he likes to edit his own stuff.
Yeah.
Send it to me. And after this, just send me the link. I'll download it from Zoom. And then I'll make some nice clips, tag you in it, and also send you, beforehand if you want to see how it is. And
And
put
just
some
don't put any little caricatures in. Or something.
no caricatures. I'll keep it very professional, but I will put your website and your information on it. And then if you have any picture of the upcoming book cover or anything like that, let me know, because I can always do something like that as well to promote the book.
I'll send you a copy of the book cover.
Perfect. Excellent. Yeah, I only put those caricatures on the ones that are on mine that are kitschy, but for the actual, in the original, when I first did the voiceover for his book, it was like the beginning of artificial intelligence and everything is like AI generated now. So was just trying to I'm like, how do I get ET pictures that aren't, copyrighted? So, but yeah, it definitely is not, it's nice to have everything done clean and by hand. So I'll keep it nice and clean. And then anything you want in the body and the message, just let me know. So, but thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
All right. And send my love to Tom, and you guys take care. And then I'll be here and we'll talk soon. Once I get the link and receive it, I'll shoot you text. And then once I start working on it later, because I love to create, I'll send some clips.
Yeah. Great.
All right.
Awesome.
Thank you.
All right.
Mwah. All right. Congratulations on everything. It's so exciting.
I'm so excited. I know.
Now, do you have to hit stop recording and then it saves? Okay. Before we get off, you have to hit this record or stop recording.
Thank you for